Yo, what's up? This is Keys with Artist Breakdown. Today we'll be discussing the latest Freddie Gibbs project, You Only Die Once, released in December of 2024. This is a super dope project. I really enjoyed this from top to bottom. Really no bad songs on this project. I've really been enjoying it, been on my playlist at the gym pretty heavily. We're gonna go over some of the topics discussed throughout this project and also my thoughts and opinions on it. I'm a pretty big Freddie Gibbs fan. Songs like Crime Pays, Cataract, Scotty Beam were some of my favorite tracks from 2020. They were constantly on my playlist back during the pandemic. I also had the great opportunity to see him live in concert and was able to get some really dope photos of him performing. I mean, he also, did a pretty good job performing as well. Surprisingly, he also introduced me to Griselda and Benny the Butcher. Songs like Frank Lucas and Babies and Fools were, some of my favorite tracks from both parties. Even now with new songs being released. Some of the conflicts that he faces during this project are self versus self, self versus society, and self versus fate or God. Some of the standout tracks from this project are Cosmo Freestyle, Brick Fees or Rabbit Island, Steel Doors, and On the Set. Steel Doors right now is my ultimate favorite from the project, super dope. The beats are immaculate. I really enjoy this entire project, but Steel Doors is definitely getting the most shine right now, the most playback. Throughout this project, we periodically hear the Devil come up and speak. Apparently, the Devil feels owed something from Freddie Gibbs. In order to get this debt paid by Gibbs, we hear the Devil call, leaving voicemails, letting Gibbs know like, hey man, you owe me something. But he initially starts off these calls with singing sweet nothings, reminding Gibbs of all the fun he had throughout their time together, all the fun that he's missing out on. He really attempting to tempt him. After that doesn't work, the Devil then begins to disguise his voice to act like he's somebody else. And then after that doesn't work, hostility is the next route that the Devil tries to tempt Freddie into coming back into the threshold. It tempts him with, that he will take him to the land of milk and honey. He will give him all the females that he wants. A lot of the carnal things that our flesh desires, the Devil in this project is tempting Gibbs with as well. Songs like 30 Girlfriends and Ruthless paint an image of the females that Gibbs has entertained himself with over these past years and how he has cut himself off from these type of toxic and destructive females. We also hear voicemails left by the females, and they share some of the same sentiments that the Devil share. First, they're sweet, and then soon they end up becoming hostile, recognizing what they just said or how they just spoke with aggression. They immediately retract on those statements, trying to save face, but Gibbs isn't persuaded and quickly deletes those messages. Though he quickly deletes the messages from the females, he seems to allow the Devil's voicemails to play on a lot longer than those of the females. Is Gibbs being tempted by the Devil's words, or is he simply just listening for the tactics that the enemy is using? Although hesitation is saw throughout this lack of quickly responding, we do know that those unanswered voicemails should be a sign that Gibbs has made this change to be a permanent change for the future, and he doesn't plan on answering that phone toward a destructive behavior anymore. Gibbs has noted that he regrets making his entire career about gang and violence and drugs, that he's painting himself in this corner where he's almost forced to rap about these topics, even though he doesn't agree with them anymore. Much similar to Future when he decided to forego drinking lean again. Freddie Gibbs is in this same predicament. On tracks like Steel Doors, we see this self versus self conflict in real time. Lines like, if I switch it up, change up my message, will they still feel me? They range similar sentiments to Money Making Mitch, and paid in full, realizing that if he leaves the drug game, will he be loved in the same way? Who knows? The question posed throughout this project is, will Freddie continue toward this path of maturity, of positivity, moving forward with his life, letting go of that negative system that has held him down for so long? Will he be a product of his past, or will he continue to move toward the future? I don't know, only time will tell, but I think the project was pretty dope. I'll probably rate it a 9 out of 10. Pretty great album, I really enjoyed it. Look forward to see what's next for Freddie Gibbs. Hopefully he stays on the path of maturity and positivity, but you know, only time will tell, and we do know that the temptation from the devil is intense at times, so we'll see. Thank you if you made it all the way to the end of this video. I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot. Maybe consider subscribing. We do breakdowns of art in all its forms, from hip hop to photography to whatever spectrum of art there is, we cover it. But thank you again for checking my video out. Leave a like, and don't forget, keep the faith.